here's my tutorial on how I shoot videos in my Instagram app. I either put it against my laptop if I'm shooting in my office, or I have this tripod, and I will link this. I have this tripod that you can have, and I also have a microphone that if I use the tripod, this receiver goes in here, and then you just turn this on and you can talk, and you can be a little bit further from your phone. But before I show you how I shoot videos in Instagram, a couple of things to note. So I always make sure that my videos are going to save into my camera roll. So you want to go into the settings. You want to go archiving and downloading. And you want to make sure that they save into your camera roll, because then you can use these videos for other things. So that's for starters. If you are in Instagram and you see a sound that you like and you want to save it, because there's trending sounds, you can, if you see the reels, so it's just scrolling.
I don't know.
Okay, so this, let's just say you wanted to save this. You can either use it or you could save. And then when you go to shoot a reel and you add a song, it'll be in your saved. So this is basically how I shoot. I always use, there's different filters that you can use. I don't necessarily suggest that you look something that you don't, but I mean, if you want to play around with it, with filters, you can, but there's a ton of filters in here. I don't normally use filters because I like authenticity, but I do like this filter. I don't know why I like the color. So anyways, when I go to shoot, I always give myself a 3-second start time, and you can set the timer, and then you'll press this. And this is me shooting my video. Hi, how are you doing? Da, 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 da. And then you can pause it, right? So this is really good. This is why I like using Instagram, because you can start and stop in your camera roll. You can't always like start and stop very easily, but you can start and stop. So if you're shooting a video and you keep messing up, or you just are wanting to put it in chunks so you don't mess up, and then you can put it together in a continuous video. Or for example, you're walking through a house and you're going to each room and you're like, this is the kitchen, it's like a chef's kitchen, da, 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 da. And then you want to talk about the master bedroom. You can pause it and then go into master bedroom, rather than like showing your video walking through the house, right? So it looks a little bit nicer. And I know you've seen agents do things like that. So then when I go to say, start talking again, this is me restarting. Hi, how are you? My name's Amy. Da, 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 da. You can pause. And then you can do this as many times as you want, because you can basically do I think you can do up to 20 minutes now. So then when you want to go edit, you're going to edit.
This is me shooting my video.
And this is the video, right? And you have a lot of options there, but I always click on edit. So it gives you options. So we can do doing the captions. I always do captions, and you can edit those captions. So you can make them a different color. You know, pink's my vibe. So we can do pink. You can do the audio. Here's where those audios are, and see, this is where the saved ones are. So if you want to do this, that's the one that I just saved. Make sure that the volume of the sound isn't over your voice. So you're going to go down to volume. So when I click on each of these in the edit, this is what you're going to be editing. So you're going to do volume. Make sure this is down. Down. Okay. So then you can test it out.
This is me shooting my video.
So then it's in the background, right?
Da, 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 da. This is me restarting. Hi, how are you? My name's Amy. Da, da, da,
Okay.
da, da.
And then if you want to do an overlay.
Video. Hi, how are you?
Ah.
This is me shooting my video. Hi.
if you want to do an overlay, because you're talking about something, you're talking about a form, you're talking about a document, you're talking about a listing, you want to pull up the listing flyer, whatever it is, you can do an overlay. So it was my husband's birthday yesterday, so we'll just do an overlay of him. Lovely. And then you can put where you want that overlay to be. So if you want it towards the end, you can pop it up towards the end, and you can basically do it as long as you want. I don't know why it's not. Sometimes using your fingers is a little challenging to do the clips. So you can basically, right? Put it where you want, and then you can look.
This is me shooting my video. Hi, how are you doing? Da, 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 da. This is me restarting. Hi, how are you? My name's Amy. Da, 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 da. This is me shooting my...
So then they have other options. You know, you can add a sticker. You can do a voiceover. This is where people do voiceovers. So if you walk through the house and you don't actually shoot yourself, this is where you can do a voiceover. This is my voiceover.
This is my voiceover. Hi, how are you doing? Da, 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 da.
So I'm going to delete that. So down here, there's a lot of options. And then, I mean, you could do filters and stuff like that. You can add a clip or replace a clip if you want to. Then once you're done, you can, this is where you add all the captions. You can tag location. So if you shoot at like a listing location, you can put the listing address or the city that it's in. I highly recommend that. You can also schedule videos. If you don't know, you can schedule. You can only schedule a week out typically, I think. Oh, maybe they updated that. Okay. So you can schedule. So if you shoot multiple videos, then you can schedule. And they're all these, you know, features of, and then you can also preview it. So if you
shooting my video, hi, how are you doing? Da, 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 da.
If you don't have enough time to complete it, you can save a draft.
Hi, how are you?
Or you can just schedule from there. So hopefully that helps. Gives you a little bit of a tutorial on how I shoot my videos and use Instagram.